All right. Testing 1, 2. I got volume. All right. So I'm going to fade back. Have that.
Hey, what's going on, world? This be your boy Eddie Cool, and welcome to another action-packed episode of your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. I've already introduced myself. I go by the name of Eddie Cool, aka the HOC, and yeah, you're watching and listening to the Sports Bros podcast live and direct. We apologize last week for any kind of technical difficulties that we had. Please understand we are not professionals. Pretty close. Pretty close, but we're not all the way 100% professionals. All right. And as always, we want to thank y'all for rating, reviewing, subscribing, coming through, checking us out, and looking at everything that we have here on the podcast. Show us some love. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you like and what you don't like, so we can give you the best, the best sports fan friendly content on these here internets. Enough of my incoherent rambling, because Be Live, I know you hear it, and I feel it as well too. And in case you're wondering, somebody's missing. The money man, Scotty D. He is currently on assignment, taking care of some business, handling some things. Well, wish to the money man, and as always, we miss you, brother. But guess what? You got Eddie Cool, and you got Be Live. Will it get kind of nightcapish on this episode? We can't make no promises. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna make it do what it do, baby. We gonna make it do what it do. With that being said, my other co-host down there live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, manning the ship, holding it in the road, tracking on the technical end. He is the one, the only, the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today?
Oh boy, loaded question.
Whew, football.
Yes.
Football and football. Here, okay, let's talk about some things real quick before we jump into this. I
Okay.
cannot allow football to dictate my mood for the next 4 or 5 months. I can't.
Mm-mm.
It is not um therapeutic. Let's do a quick recap. I'm officially 0-5 this past weekend when it comes to all things American football. I'm 0-2. I lost in college football. I lost in professional football, NFL, and I lost in all three of my fantasy football leagues. Um,
Woo.
in particular, I lost in our Sports Bros fantasy football league by 1 point.
Mm-mm.
Um, to my cousin, Loki Lorenzo. I love you.
Sports
But
Bros Podcast Hall of Famer.
yeah. I'm gonna rescind that after he beat me by 1 point. Um, Ooh, boy, just everybody on all of my teams, everybody. JJ McCarthy is dead to me. Derrick Henry, what happened? I could talk for days, months about this past weekend. But we're going to. Let's just get into it because yeah, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be
You're
all
gonna
right.
be all right.
I'm gonna
All right,
be all
good.
right.
And with that being said, Be Live, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
Zetto. All right, as Be Live alluded to, football. We got to make sure somehow these next 5 to 6 months that football does not F us up all the way as far as our emotions and our feelings and our behaviors. But yet and still, I mean, we're this is why you're at the this is why you're listening and watching the Sports Wars podcast, because we're passionate fans. We're not no, well, nah. We feel some kind of way when our team wins, and we really feel some kind of way when our team loses. All right. So last week we talked about here on the Sports Wars podcast. We picked the game of the week. And with that being said, Be Live, let's go ahead and hop into it. All right. So, game of the week, Be Live on my end. I think we had a chance to pick one of our own. Um, the Eagles versus the Chiefs is a matchup of the previous Super Bowl. I watched bits and pieces because I was at work, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it looked a little. It was a tightly contested football game from what I saw. All right, and Chris Jones and Jalen Hurts yapping back and forth. You ain't even got 100 yards. Well, Jalen Hurts was 15 for 22 for 101 yards with no tutties, no INT, with a quarterback rating of 68. Jalen Hurts did what he was supposed to do. Don't turn the ball over.
That's it.
Yeah.
This ain't no beauty contest, unlike college football sometimes. But
Ugh.
what is it? You play to win the game.
Yeah, you play to win the game.
And who was it that I think what LSU's coach
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly, I think he reinvented that quote when they were asking him all types of questions. They like play to win the game on the field. What do you? Because they were trying to nitpick little things here and there, but that neither here nor there. But at the
Uh-huh.
end of the day, you play to win the game. And talking about, oh, you ain't get 100 yards. We won, and there was some expletives that came behind that.
Expletives, yeah, a whole lot, yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pleasantly surprised that the Chiefs kept it close because I've been chirping at the bit that the Chiefs aren't who they used to be. The Eagles demolished them in the Super Bowl this past year, and not much to say. I mean, the Eagles on the defensive side of the ball lost a lot of players. On the offense, they're pretty much the same team on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chiefs kept it close. But really, I I want to say that the score is not necessarily indicative of the actual game itself. I
Mm-hmm.
think the Eagles had it pretty much. They had a firm grip on the game. It was tied for a little bit, but at the end of the day, the Eagles pretty much dictated the majority of the game. And then, of course, so 1, 2, 3, tush push. That is yet to be stopped. But I'm going to say this, and I promise you the league is going to talk about it very soon. The Eagles be lining up off sides.
Yeah.
The evidence is there. The video is there. They be lining up off sides over the ball, which is elite and goal. And like, but the thing about it is, it ain't cheating if you don't get caught. And but I think the jury is out on that. I think the referees are going to talk about it, and if the league ain't talk about it yet, the sports bros we're going to talk about it because we see it and we
You
are
see it.
fans.
Yeah.
We seen it. I'm like, wait a minute, they're absolutely right. You're supposed to be behind the ball. Your helmet is a whole as a center and I was like, wait a minute, they just might be on to something. But
Yeah.
it's still very tough to stop. And there's a lot of, and also I've seen there's a lot of variations of it. Like one time you see them go to the left, one time you go to the right, one time you go over the top, one time you go underneath it. They have a lot of different variations of the tush push.
Mm.
I don't think it should be banned yet. I don't think it should be banned at all. I think you just got to figure it out, and you gotta be able to see that they're lined up over the ball. That's been a league.
Mm.
You just monitor that and do that the right way, then should be fine. But at the end of the day, the Eagles, I mean, they handled their business. They won the game. Wasn't like a big blowout or anything like I thought it was going to be. But there's nothing to take away the fact that the Eagles are the best team in the country right now until somebody dethrones them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we can make some arguments about a couple of teams, but until like at the end of the day, the Eagles are 2-0. They're the reigning defending national champs, and not much you can take away from them at this moment of time.
Super Bowl champion. Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl,
You
which
already
is
you already in college mode. He already
it's still national champions. This is a nation.
National Football. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like
National Football League. Yeah, I don't understand. How are you going to make? Okay, well, our league is called the National League with your world champion.
yeah, that is. I ain't gonna get into that. There's a lot of things I can talk about that, but we something else over here on this side of the pond.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse, be live. having a national professional sports league and calling it a world championship, or having a team like Atlanta and Carolina in the NFC West back in the day.
That'll be. They ain't know what they was doing back in the day. I
I'm over.
think.
I'm like somebody's like, yeah, Atlanta wins the NFC West. I was like, but it's 6 hours west, technically speaking, but it's still located in the South, and Carolina is kind of, well, 4 hours west. I was like, I get it, but I stopped thinking. I'm like, nope, don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It ain't Pacific time zone, Mountain time zone. No, no. You're still in you're still in the East. Cut it out. Get out of here.
The only sport I know of that could remotely come close to calling themselves world champions is Little League Baseball.
The League World Series.
Yeah, that's the only one. Major League Baseball is only two countries.
Yeah,
Hockey is only two countries.
yeah.
Little League World Series is the only one where you actually include other teams from the world. They have a whole tournament and everything. What was it, Chinese Taipei that won this year, something like that?
Chinese Taipei and Irmo, South Carolina almost made it. God, boy.
Man, I was rooting for them, and somehow this train left.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got
I mean, we went to talk about some division realignments, conference put togethers, all this other fun stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into it, be live. So yeah, man, the Eagles did what they had to do on the road in Kansas City and took care of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is Patrick Mahomes' they met to the Super Bowl, his first little 3-game losing streak in quite some times. I think it said since high school, was it?
Well, like I said, this is the only time since Patrick Mahomes has been in the league that they've started 0-2.
Yeah.
And yeah, that right there is a statement right there. I mean, he's been in the league, what, 7, 8 years now?
Yep, 7 years, yep.
So, I mean, dude, yeah. But again, the Eagles should be, I mean, not the Eagles, but the Chiefs should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Los Angeles Chargers are no slouch whatsoever.
Oh boy, I was about to go to I wound up watching some of the Raiders and the Chargers game, but the Raiders and the Chargers game in a period of time of the night wound up watching me.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
because be like, if you remember when I was like, here's the thing about Justin Herbert, I like him. I think it's a good quarterback. I think sometimes, and it might just be me, that he flirts with being inside of the top 10 and falling out of the top 10. But then I have to remind myself, okay, in this second year, this dude did throw for 5,000 yards.
Oh,
And you also got to think that this dude also had an inept coach and what's his name, Brandon Staley.
oh boy.
Yeah, one of the world's worst. Yeah, like please don't come after me. Please don't sue me. It's just
Is that for
the
what?
numbers are there. Numbers are there. Yeah, men lie, women lie, numbers
Numbers
don't
don't lie.
lie.
Trying
Yeah,
to tell you.
yeah. So I'm back on the Jay Herbo train, and I got him in my fantasy football league. So obviously I like him, but that's just hey man, they went to Vegas and did what they were supposed to do.
Here's the thing. I never fell off of the Jay Herbo train.
Mm.
But
For me, be like, I just think I don't know if it's because it's a West Coast game, and I don't see enough of Justin Herbert to be like, that's that dude, as opposed to seeing somebody like Jalen Hurts, like over on the East, like we see him every day, all the time. So I think that might be an issue with it too.
the thing with me when it came to Justin Herbert is that when has he ever had the supporting cast?
Never.
That's what's like his best wide receiver easily could be Mike Williams or I'm trying to think of throughout the past, like really who has been his number one wide receiver, and I'm over here like I can't remember.
Yeah.
Also, part of that I haven't watched as many games is the same reason with the West Coast whatnot. But it's one of those things where I'm not going to say that he's going to be a world beater and all this. I just thought he's a fairly decent quarterback. It just hasn't gotten over that hump.
Mhm.
But I'm starting to see, and the thing about this is not Jay Herbo. It's this head coach whisper that just seems to win at every single level. Like Jim Harbaugh is that dude.
He is.
I don't even know what I don't know what it is. He was very successful at San Francisco. Then went to Michigan, made them a national champion. Now he's at Los Angeles. I keep trying to say San Diego, and he's doing the same thing. He's got a stout defense. This is the same guy that was on the team 2 years ago and couldn't stop a nosebleed, and he comes in and like it's absolutely coaching.
Gets them together. He got them together.
And this man, I I'm my pick is still going to be the Baltimore Ravens to win the. I'm still picking the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, but there's definitely two teams that they're definitely moving up in my little echelon of teams that are going to make some noise. We mentioned the Chargers, man, the Green Bay Packers,
Ooh wee.
bruh. That not only the difference that one player makes when it comes to Michael Parsons, but it just seems like they are just on a different level of play. Like they are like a well-oiled unit, and just the defense complements the offense, the passing game complements the running
Running game.
game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like it's such a balance that it's like poetry in motion. And the Packers start off the season with going against their division rival, the Detroit Lions, and shut them down immensely. And then turn around. The Detroit Lions they won 15 games last year,
Yep.
and then they come around and watch the Commanders that won what 12 games last year, made it all the way to the
NFC title game.
NFC title game. Those are two very tough games, and the Packers like don't even worry about it. Their schedule's only going to get easier from here, and they handle their business. I'm only like, I mean, we might need to put a little more see what's going on in Green Bay land. It's just okay.
Yeah, because looking at the schedule, be live. They got the Browns next. Uh, then they got the Cowboys, who got pushed to the limit by the Giants. We got the Bengals and the Pack. Then we got the Bengals. We gonna talk about that next. After that, they got the Cardinals, the Steelers. They play the Panthers. Be live. November 2nd.
Is it in Carolina or is it in Green Bay?
Back in the frozen tundra. Ain't trying to make that trip.
Ain't doing none of that. All right.
No. Yeah. Then they play. Then they close. Then they got the Eagles, Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears. I think that Vikings, that the Lions game's a Thanksgiving game. Let's see, they got the Broncos, Bears again, the Ravens, December 28th. Mark your calendar,
Ooh, yes,
and
sir.
yeah, and they close out the season with the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, man, they ain't no joke, man. They ain't no joke. And be live before we move on. You remember earlier this season, through the preseason, we talked about Joe Burrow and we hyped him up
Mm-hmm.
because we believed it. We thought this was going to be the year that he gets it done statistically. Joe Burrow got hurt Sunday.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be out what 2 to 3 months? 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. Yep. Turf toe. The toe is jacked up.
If I'm Joe Burrow, and I'm going to clip this take. If I'm Joe Burrow, I want to trade. I want to trade. We spend money in good wide receivers. We spend money in a good defensive end, and we spend good money in me. So why are we not spending money on the offense to protect me? Be like, do you realize that when Joe Burrow, the play that Joe Burrow got hurt on, number 91 for the Jaguars, he was on his belly
Uh-huh.
and grabbed his foot. Whose man was this? Why was somebody not on him?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, the Bengals made that decision that we're going to keep our two top wide receivers to complement Joe Burrow, and we're going to sort of sacrifice our O line and our defense. There's only but so much money that can go around. Just and I think Joe Burrow probably had a big part of that decision making. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure as the franchise quarterback, they probably asked him like, "Hey, what do you value more?" And like, I'm pretty sure he probably had some input. He probably wanted to keep Jamar Chase and T Higgins. I can't blame him for that. At the end of the day, like, but and surprisingly enough, they're 2-0 behind the leadership of Jake Browning. All right.
oh, Jake Browning, one of the best backups in the league.
And guess what? I'm probably going to pick him up in one of my leagues. Because guess what? In one of my fantasy football leagues, I got Jaden Daniels hurt and JJ McCarthy hurt and just wrong. Why? Why did I just okay, my bad. I went off on a tangent again. I
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah.
Beat out real quick. What was your game of the week?
My game of the week was the Packers Commanders.
Okay, Packers Commanders. Okay,
Oh
got you,
yeah,
got you, got you, got you.
absolutely. I was like, because again that was a trendsetter. That was going to be one of that was going to say, all right, can the Commanders compete or are the Packers for real? And I think every bit of it. And then that fourth quarter that I watched in that game was, man, the Commanders they tried it. I mean, but the
Yeah,
first three quarters, Packers had them shut down.
yeah,
So the Packers are for real.
yeah,
I could easily see Packers Eagles NFC Championship game, and I think the Packers would beat the Eagles. The way they're playing right now, I think the Packers would beat the Eagles.
mm.
I had my preseason prediction, but I change my mind all the time. I don't care. I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
I can do that.
I
Hey,
can do
it's my mind. I can do that.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. All right, Bilal. So let's go ahead and take a little quick glimpse into next week. All the games here. All right. All right. So we opened week 3 Thursday night. Dolphins at the Bills. All right. And then on Sunday, Steelers Patriots, Jets Buccaneers, Raiders and Commanders, the Texans Jaguars, Eagles Rams, the Colts. Be live. The Colts. With no longer Danny Dimes, they call him DJ or Indiana Jones. Colts and Titans. Bengals Vikings. Falcons Panthers. Packers Browns, Saints Seahawks, Broncos. I think I found my game of the week.
Of course you did. If
Yeah,
you're not saying Monday night, then what are you talking about?
yeah. Cowboys Bears, Cardinals 49ers, and Chiefs Giants. And yeah, like I said, I found my Monday night game. Lions versus the Ravens. The Ravens won, and the Lions just got through dropping 52 on the Bears. Yeah. And a level of pettiness. I guess they had a trick play when Ben Johnson was there, and they were celebrating it, and they was like, we can run this play without you, Ben Johnson. I was like, oh, oh, taking it. They said, yeah, we taking it personal. I was like, ugh.
MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell. That he is something else.
Yeah.
But hey, they got their stride back, and because we almost wrote them off. I was like, ooh, we missed the coach in, but again, I think that's more of just the Packers, Green Bay Packers. I
Yeah.
think that's more them than
Oh,
anything else. Because the Bears, oh boy, yeah, and we saw what we've seen before of the Detroit Lions, and this is a big one because both the Lions and the Ravens are 1-1. Which one of these teams is going to be 1-2?
yeah.
And we both had them high. I'm pretty sure. I think I picked the Lions to win their division. I picked the Ravens to win their division.
Mm,
I think Scotty D might have picked the Packers to win the division, which I think they're clear odds favorite right now because they're already 2 games ahead because they got a tiebreaker over the Lions already.
mm,
But yeah, these two teams we hold them in high regard. One of them is going to be 1-2.
yeah.
Of course, they're going to be. I think both teams will be able to recover, and they're still better than most. But again, did we ever envision a world where the Chiefs would be 0-2?
Nope.
That the Lions Ravens could be 1-2,
Or the Colts being 2 and 0.
2-0.
The
In what world ever?
And here's the thing about it, everybody's like, oh, the Colts, the Colts, the Colts. I said, you know what? I'm not buying it because you know what happened last year, don't you?
Hmm.
The Saints started off on fire. Ooh, look at the Saints. They threw up 40 points a game. And then after that,
I think it was like the first 4 games or something like that. They were just world beaters, and then just
yeah, bottom just fell out. So yeah, I mean, I will say this though. The Colts they're talented. They are talented. They got a good running back. They got depth at the wide receiver position. Their defense is pretty decent. So I mean, with the NFC South, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. It really will be interesting to see at the least. All right. With that being said, that does it for the early NFL talk. We talked about week 2, leading into week 3. Coming up next, I'm gonna just hold up 5 fingers, and I'm not gonna say what segment it is because you know how I do it. It's the stay tuned. We'll be right back right here on the Sports Bros podcast. I can't give the intro at once. We'll be right back, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs, cats, retired stockbrokers, and people. This is the Be Live Top 5. Five.
Well, you know what time it is. This be your boy, the Almighty Be Live, and you know how passionate I am when it comes to college football. And we've already seen all types of craziness when it comes to college football.
I can't keep
So,
up.
so much to the point where my top five had to shake it up a little bit because it was a little too mundane. It's a little too much going with the grain. And you know me, I like to go against the grain. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with number five. And you have to go a little bit, you got to go out west to see them ducks flying, baby. Oregon coming in at number five. They open up their Big Ten play with a road win against Northwestern. They come into Northwestern, handle their business. Northwestern, we know they're not that good, but Oregon handles their business. They're fast, they're quick, they will score on you. And on top of that, I see no reason why they should not be in the top five. I know I'm gonna have a bunch of Georgia fans yelling at me, but Georgia should have lost that game. I'm sorry. You squeak by, eat by because of a penalty and a missed kick. You should have never been in that position to be there to start with. Heart goes out to the Tennessee fans, but hey, Georgia, I'm not convinced yet. Sorry. Y'all letting Tennessee score 41 points with a new quarterback. I'm going to talk about Tennessee quarterback in a little bit, or their former quarterback, but that's here and there. Number four, LSU. LSU, they battled Florida, handled the business, low scoring, physical game. Florida, yeah, it's a tough road for you. LSU doing what they need to do. They're not the flashiest team, but hey, grit. Grit will win. And LSU is very gritty. Number three, I dropped them down just a little bit. There's a reason why. Number three, Penn State. Penn State handled their business. They did what they were supposed to do when they did Villanova 52-6, and it wasn't much of a game. But they got an opportunity coming up. Penn State, Oregon.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a top five matchup that's coming up. We shall see who will, and that will tell me a lot. Spot the ball. Number two, the Ohio State. But they handled their business. They handled their business against Ohio 37-9. Julian Sand, freshman quarterback. Just they're just playing Ohio State football. And I mean, you start off the season with a win against Texas. You're going to stay up there.
Yeah.
But I have them at number two for a reason. Because my new number one team, I'm going to say it. The U
U
is back. Miami. The University of Miami, there was an opportunity, a small, minute opportunity that South Florida was going to come in and have the upset of their lives because they beat Boise State. They beat a ranked Florida team. Florida's no longer ranked for obvious reasons. But they beat a ranked Florida team. And then can they do 3 straight top 25 wins? Miami said, "Carl, come on, bro. Cut all that out." And just manhandled them 49-12. Carson Beck just might be that dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Has a quarterback ever won a national championship in 2 different schools? Of course that's never freaking happened.
Never happened. No.
That's never happened. Strong possibility that might happen this year. Miami is playing inspired football, and the ACC is up for grabs. And we're going to get into that with my not top five. These five.
Number one on the not top 5 is the South Carolina Gamecocks. There it is. Spoiler alert. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I did not do that to y'all.
Okay, good.
I did not do that to y'all. I put y'all at number two. All right, cool.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Number five. Number five in my not top 10. Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Notre Dame, what are you doing? You let Texas A&M walk you down. What? Come on, bro. Now and still they're overrated because they're 0-2 and they're still ranked. How? Where do they do that at? I understand 0-1. I understand. I get it. But 0-2 and you're still ranked? Oh boy. Notre Dame, you gotta show me something. The pollsters, the vote, they're trying to keep y'all up there, but y'all are 0-2. Y'all let Texas A&M come back home. Number four, the Texas Longhorns. Yes, I know they won, but the reason why Texas is number four on my not top five overrated is because of their quarterback. Arch Manning is the most overrated quarterback I've ever seen in the history of college football. I saw a clip the other day of they showed Arch Manning's like opponents when he was in high school to emphasize the fact that he played nobody. He put up all these numbers against way inferior competition, so it sort of inflated his stock. And then he comes into Texas, sits on the bench for 2 years. You would think if somebody was that great, they would lose their starting job to Quinn Ewers. And I'm like, they're trying to tell you something. And Arch Manning was just making a bunch of money in NIL anyway. He was like, he probably didn't have any sense of urgency. But now they've given you the reins and you failed miserably. This last game, you didn't do too well. I think it was like 4 for 14 for 50 something yards in the first half. It was
Ugh.
ugly.
Atrocious.
Like Texas, y'all, you're stuck with Arch Manning. What else? It ain't happening. Number three. Oh, you already know about my demeanor, by my mannerisms. You know who number three is.
I know exactly who number 3 is.
Clemson.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Why? Just come on. We beat Georgia Tech 9 straight times. This K Club, like, I think teams paid ESPN and all these media outlets all this money to hype up Clemson. And so Dabo Swinney might be thinking a little buff that we were greater than we actually were. Kate Klubnik is just, and Garrett Riley has just got to go. I'm so sick of these play calls. Oh man, slant, slant, post, slant, curl, slant, post, slant,
What,
slant,
what,
screen, run, pass,
what did
run, pass.
what did you say in Pittsburgh? 50-50 ball,
Oh yeah, we don't
bubble
even do that though. We don't even do that. I wouldn't mind a 50-50 ball.
bubble screen.
Bubbles, yeah, bubble screen, screen. I'm like, come on. Like, I know we got a wide receiver at running back. I know that you want to get him, but come on. These play calls is so predictable. It's just my bad.
Yeah.
All right. But here's the thing. There's a reason why they're number three. And as I mentioned earlier, why the game chickens are number two. I get it. I get it that Lenore Sellers got hurt. I absolutely get that. I understand it. But your backup, you don't even go with Aaron Nolan. You go with eight-time, eighth year super senior Luke
Luke Doty.
Doty. And you would think, okay, if that's the case, he should be serviceable.
Yeah.
And South Carolina was ranked number 11 in the country. But you lose 31-7 to Vanderbilt.
Ugh.
Now let me give some respect where respect is due. Georgia Tech and Vandy both are not the Georgia Tech and Vandy of old.
Nope, they come.
Not
They
even.
they they fight now. They fight. They
Oh
fight.
yeah, and Georgia Tech's gonna shock some people. I would not be surprised if Georgia Tech went at least 9-3, if not 10-2, and was vying for the ACC crown. I think they are the third best team in the ACC right now, behind Florida State and Miami. I'm giving Florida State a little bit of credit. That dude Cassianos, their quarterback.
Yeah, he
Oh
real
yeah,
deal, man.
he is the real deal. And you know how people are like, you talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? He's been walking the walk. So I put them up there. I can't stand the fact that I'm giving Florida State props in Miami, but I'm just being real, and it is what it is. We'll see how the season progresses. But I put the Gamecocks #2 because, yeah, what happened? What happened to the defense that was supposed to be? It, it's it,
They all went to the NFL.
yeah. So yeah, the number 11 in the country. I don't think so.
Not no more.
Um, I
Clean
got
out. Hey, think about be like just like you said. Notre Dame is 0-2. We're 2-1, and somehow, some way, we're just out of the top 25. But go ahead. I
well,
digress.
y'all also got a little piece of the Florida State treatment because they basically said without Lenore Sellers, y'all are
Y'all ain't nothing.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, though, I think they said that he's like it was a concussion that he'll be back this
Mm,
coming week.
yeah.
So
They're gonna monitor the concussion. Yep.
but that's good because I hate for anybody to get hurt. But there is a spot left in my not top five.
Mm.
And this goes to the most overrated. Did I just say? I think I did just say that Arch Manning was the most overrated quarterback of all time.
You did.
Uh, I would. That is still true, but this quarterback vastly, vastly, overvalued himself. He overvalued himself all the way out of Knoxville,
Oh Lord.
all the way across the country to UCLA. And the money that they paid him, $1.2 million, to come to UCLA, and UCLA is 0-3. Losing to New Mexico.
Be Live. I don't know if you got their coach's fate in your pepper points. If you do, I won't bring it up.
No, he's not in, and they get
His ass got fired. Deshaun Foster, boy, we loved in Carolina,
right.
but this ain't it, bro. They got him out here. They was like Deshaun Foster fired. I was like, I'm not one to see nobody get fired, but it was kind of like, okay, well, maybe having a player there, maybe they'll get to understand that. No, you're 0-3. You were bad last season, on the verge of being bad this season, and that loss against Mexico State. They was like, yeah, man, you gotta get your ass out of here, man. You gotta go. You gotta go.
It's
Somebody else got the boot too. Be Live, didn't he?
um Virginia Tech.
Coach
So
getting fired early in the season.
uh, there's
Early.
the $1 million question is being asked all around the world. Does Shane Beamer go to Vatech? Or is it Shane Beamer or Michael Vick? Hey, I know Michael Vick is in his infancy when it comes to coaching,
Yeah.
but man, he was that dude at Virginia Tech.
From a coaching standpoint,
Oh,
from a coach standpoint, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at either move. It's like, okay, do I stay here in South Carolina, continue to build my own legacy, or do I try to reinstill what my father had? Or, with Michael Vick, my legacy is here, or do I continue to add on top of that? So,
I mean, the thing about this, it is clear that Shane Beamer holds a special place for his father and Virginia Tech in his heart. You if your players are Gatorade dumping you after the game, after an unranked Valtech game, and you're getting Gatorade dumped on you, you would definitely talk to your team about how important this game was to you.
you did.
So I don't know. That's just me. A lot of my fellow game ticket fans are saying that there's no way he's leaving. I think the majority standpoint state that he's not going anywhere. But man, that's got to linger. It's almost the same conversation when Nick Saban said he was leaving Alabama, and people was like, "Oh, Dabo's going to Bama. That's where he went to school at." I think Beamer stays, but it's definitely a conversation.
Yeah, it'll be a conversation. Who knows? They might
No.
they might try to pull Deion Sanders over there. No, they won't. No, they ain't gonna do
Mm.
that. They ain't gonna do
How much does South Carolina love Shane Beamer after that Vanderbilt performance? Huh.
they probably look here. Don't do it again. All right, B Live. So that being said, let's go ahead and look at the top 10 real quick. All right. The Ohio State #1, Penn State #2, the Tigers of LSU at #3, Hurricanes of Miami, Florida #4, the Georgia Bulldogs 5, the Ducks of Oregon 6, the Seminoles, Florida State at 7, the Longhorns, Horns at 8, Illinois at #9, B
Saw
Live.
that. I did see
Yeah.
that.
And Texas A&M at 10, and the 0-2 Notre Dame Fighting Irish are #24.
What can they do?
Mother Blanker for what?
Well, for
Mother
what?
Blanker for
For
what?
what?
Yeah, yeah. Hell out of here.
I think they're trying to give Notre Dame the benefit of the doubt because their two opponents have been top 10 opponents.
Yeah.
But this is you got to win those games to
You gotta
establish
win them.
yourself. So they'll probably go 9-3, 8-4, something like that. But yeah, um, not looking good for Notre Dame. But we'll see. The season is still very much young, and all right,
Brother Freeman. You got to win some games, brother. You got to win some games. All right. So normally I would tell everybody to look at my phone because I've yet to get a watch. Guess what time it is? But we're gonna do something different this week. All right. We're gonna do something different this week. Okay. We're gonna do a segment called This or That. And Be Live, it is the NFL edition of This or That. I'm gonna give you a question, the two choices, and you won't tell me either this or that. All right. Here we go. NFL quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, without question. That's
All right.
too easy.
The Winter Soldier and the MVP. All right. All right. You're gonna love this one. Lamar Jackson's legs or Joe Burrow's arm?
Lamar Jackson's legs. And the reason why I say that is because Lamar Jackson's arm is better than Joe Burrow's arm. So his leg, yeah. Lamar Jackson just passed. I saw it. I haven't researched it, but I think Lamar Jackson's passer rating is the best of all time. His passer rating.
Wow.
So I'm picking his legs and his arm over Joe Burrow. And you know what? I'm definitely picking Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson's toe. My bad. That was just wrong.
Yeah. For the second season in a row, a toe became the headline. Remember Isaiah Likely last year? Yeah, big toe likely. he should trademark that. BTL, yeah, big toe likely. All right. All right, B Love. I can tell this question was constructed last year, but we're gonna put a 2025 twist into it. All right. The quarterback with more upside, Caleb Williams or Drake May?
I'm going Drake May. And the reason why I say Drake May is because I just think he has a more level head on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I think Caleb Williams has a lot of dynamic ability about him, but I don't trust him to lead a team.
Mm-hmm.
It just people. I know new age people might be like, "Oh, it's cool to be with the painted fingernails, whatever." These are grown men.
Yeah,
This is a
with mortgages, families, and children.
this is a grown man sport. I'm just sorry. I understand it may be a little bit more acceptable, and the kids on the team are still like, there's NFL players that were born in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm old. But at the end of the day, these are still grown men. Maybe 5, 6, 7 years from now, I'll be a little bit more acceptable.
Lenient, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't trust him. Drake May, I think the team gets behind him, and he's a leader of men, and he's able to make the plays that need to be made to make them serviceable. If not, hey, I've seen the Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised they go 9-8.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I think in that division, I think they got to minimum because the Dolphins look bad.
The Dolphins don't look bad. The Dolphins look terrible. I'm talking about Charles Barkley golf swing terrible. It's
What
just
you doing with the hits, Chuck?
awful. Oh my god. Uh, I'm watching the Miami Dolphins to see when Tyreek Hill completely loses his mind.
Yeah, when he can crash out,
It's coming.
it's on the way.
Oh, it's loading right now as we speak. There
Yeah.
will be a Tyreek Hill crash out.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. He gonna load and then they gonna unload him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't sit on that contract. Oh no. And then
should have kept your ass in Kansas City.
boy.
Oh,
Here we are.
here we are.
And then the Jets. I mean, I think Justin Fields got hurt too.
Yeah, Justin Fields, Jaden Daniels, Burrow,
JJ McCarthy.
McCarthy,
Yeah.
and there's one more. I think there was one more. But yeah, a lot of guys got hurt this past week.
Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, it would not surprise me that the AFC East is pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Bills gonna win that division. The Patriots, I think, are the second best team in that division. So I'm going with Drake May. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, B-Lab. Let's skip to. All right, receivers and tight ends. Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase? Oof. I know, right?
You can't differentiate between the two.
I
Jamar Chase just won the Triple Crown, so I guess I have to go with Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're also looking at who's throwing them the ball. Do we even know who Minnesota's backup is? We just realized who Jake Browning is, and he didn't do half bad.
Yeah.
I think that also is aligned with how great Jamar Chase is. So it mean pretty much an easy target. Then, of course, T. Higgins doing his thing. So Jake Browning's job is a little bit easy. But I will put, and this is no slight at Justin Jefferson at all. But like, I only choosing Chase because he did just win the Triple Crown and who was throwing him the ball. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. Chase.
I will take either one of them at any given shoot. Oh yeah.
Right now. And I think your boy Hunter Renfrow got 2 tutties this weekend.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Love to see that.
Yes, he did.
All right.
That right there is gonna put some food on his plate. That's solidified probably just maybe a couple more years. He stay healthy. I really did like that for my boy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I said, wait a minute, is that 13 2 times in the end zone? Yeah, he can stay. He can stay.
Oh, they absolutely ran the 2016 rub play for him in Carolina. I was like, yeah, I know that play.
Yeah, you gotta give him stuff he's familiar with.
I know that play all too well.
Yeah. That's that rub route. All right, be like tight ends. In their prime, who you got? Mr. Taylor Swift or Rob Gronkowski in their prime?
I got to go with Gronk.
Me too.
I have to. I mean, you're looking at 2 of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game, and I think Rob I think here's the difference I want to make. Travis Kelce, I think, was a better route runner than Rob Gronkowski, but when it came to scoring the football, Gronk he got in that end zone. When you get when the field gets smaller, Gronk was going to get that ball. And that right there, I just think that just gives him the slight edge. Like I know it's a whole field to work with, and I think, like I said, I think Kelsey is a better route runner. I think he covers the field better, but Gronk just knew how to score. Gronk would find that space open in the end zone, and Tom Brady would be able to get it to him, regardless if it was in New England or if it was in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So
Same damn result. All right. All right, Be Live. I'm gonna hit you with two more. I'm gonna hit you with a teams and legacy and a situational. All right. All right. Okay, here we go. Win one Super Bowl with a stacked team, or go to the playoffs 10 straight years with no rings.
one Super Bowl with a stacked team. It don't make it. It doesn't make a bit of difference how many times you could be um good, 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 good. I want to be the very best, and
Yeah.
I don't care if it's only for one time. It's just something different. Like there's plenty of teams that we could talk about that have been decent, good, borderline great. One in particular, 4 straight Super Bowls.
The Buffalo Bills. Yeah.
Right. And there's an immense amount of pressure on them to win that big one. The team, the fans are begging for a Super Bowl. We remember those 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The reason why we remember them is because they lost all 4. That's not a good thing to remember.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is always going to linger. It's not. It's you got to win the big one. You can
Yeah.
you tip. You, I mean, they're not talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers right now because of the. I mean, they consistently get there, but they're going to be out in the first round. The team is actually pissed off. The fans are pissed off that they keep making it to the playoffs to do nothing because they can't get the high draft picks. Please either be bad or really freaking good. Don't just keep just being right there. So, oh yeah, give me the ring. Give me the ring. Give me the ring. And I'm not Cam Newton either. Give me the ring. I'll take the ring over an MVP any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Cut that mess out. That's the one thing I disagree with him. I say, shut up.
Yeah.
You're just giving people reasons to not like you.
Yeah. Don't do that. And finally, Be Live, a situational, if you will. All right. So draft a franchise quarterback or build an elite defense.
Build an elite defense. Defense wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
Franchise quarterback is great, man. In the scheme of things, it looks good, but defense wins championships. Even Kansas City is great in their infinite ways that they've been. That the past Super Bowl that they won, defense won that one.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes wasn't all that great. And you look at Tom Brady and New England. Majority of those wins were defensive wins.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady, statistically, Tom Brady wasn't that great, but he made sure not to lose games. And he was very clutch in 2 minute drives.
Yep.
And that's what elevated him is that he didn't make mistakes. He was able to drive the ball down the field, but he was in 2 minute drives because the game was very close and they were either tied or losing. You know what I'm saying?
The Super Bowl when they played us. Yeah.
Like St. Louis, the
St.
same
Louis.
thing.
Yep. Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I was like Adam freaking Vinatieri. My bad. Oh, good.
Well, in this case, John freaking Casey. How about that?
Well, that too. But yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Vinatieri won that game for because we were tied 29-29.
Yep.
And
I was watching.
so,
I was watching some highlights the other day of Musa and Muhammad, and I was like, oh.
oh man, moves. I was watching. It was one video of Steve Smith. He's like the number one crash out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Ask some other guys that he fought in training camp those many years ago. All right, B-Line, that does it for a spirited edition of this or that. Coming up next, grab that pepper grinder. Round of pepper right here. 6 day, don't you dare go away. This is your favorite sport podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. We'll be back.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
All right, y'all heard the woman. It's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But first, a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style, here to enlighten, engage, educate, and entertain. The 4 E's in no particular order. And with that being said, I'll go first. Hey, B Live, on this date in history back in 1973, O.J. Simpson of the Buffalo Bills rushes for a then NFL record 250 yards in the Bills' 31-13 win at the New England Patriots. Say what you want about the man, but he sure can run that ball. Over to you, be live.
Man, there's an entire generation. I think actually 2 generations of people that will just don't know how good O.J. Simpson was at football.
Oh, here's that dude.
Have no idea. All they know is that it doesn't fit. You must have quit and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, and
I'm
OJ,
coming to get my stuff back. Wait a minute.
OJ did it. Oh man, my first pepper point. So you may or may not know the name, but a longtime ACC official by the name of Gary Patterson. He was the head referee for the matchup between UConn and Syracuse. That game, probably where Syracuse head coach had the team running sprints after the game was over with.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. The coach wasn't the only one that was upset. There was a play during the game where it was left to review, and they tried to buzz. They tried to buzz the referee, but they buzzed them They buzzed them late, and the play actually went on. But the officials in the booth and the replay booth was like, "Hey, no, cancel that whole play because we tried to buzz you about the play before," which is a no. You don't do that. If you miss the replay, the play goes into play. You can't review the play previous. You can't do that. It's actually in the rules. But the replay booth was like, no. That we tried to buzz you. There was a miscommunication. That play should have never happened. So now Gary Patterson's pretty much sitting on the field as the head official with egg on his face. Fast forward a little bit, there was a meeting after the game, and basically Gary Patterson expressed his viewpoint. He was like, "Yo, you can't do that. You can't do that to me while I'm on the field, and I still have the discretion, even if you're buzzing. If the play's going on, I have that discretion as a head official." They said, "No, you don't." He said, "Yes, I do." They said, "No, you don't." He said, "You know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home." And after 23 years of being an official in the ACC, he said, "You know what? Y'all can take this and shove it." The reason why this is the pepper point to me is because we scrutinize the referees so much because of, hey, we got all this replay and cameras and everything. Why can't they see this? Why can't they see that? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot on the referee. And he said, "You know what? Y'all doing the most. I've been doing this for a while now. I have that discretion as a head referee. You should be able to usurp your authority, And I'm out. Eddie Cool, the ball.
Be live on this day in history back in 1995. The great Greg Maddux of the Braves sets a record with 17 consecutive road victories. Greg Maddux is a bad man. That's all I got to say about that. Over to you, Be live.
Oh man. If you ever get the chance to see Smoltz, Glavin, and Maddox in the booth together commentating about Braves baseball, it's the greatest thing ever, by the way.
Good stuff.
Well. There was you mentioned week 5 of high school football.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a little bit of shakeup on the other side of the country in California as number one Mater D goes down to Centennial. There was a moment of time where Centennial was up 33-7 after the first half on Mater D. Mater D came all the way back from 33-7 to lead 36-33, but they ended up falling to Centennial 43-36. Mater D committed 7 turnovers.
God.
Eek. Number one Mater D goes down to Centennial Corona Huskies. Yeah, that's a really big deal when it comes to high school football. Eddie Cool,
Yeah.
the ball.
I think that's where Chris Henry Jr. goes, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Third and final pepper point. Be Live on this day in history back in 2018. The world became familiar with Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because the Kansas City quarterback set an NFL record of 10 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks of the season as he torched Pittsburgh's secondary with 6 touchdown passes, and he led the Chiefs to a 42-37 victory on the road. And the rest, as they say, is history. Get us out of here, Be Live.
Oh man. Third and final pepper point. Speaking of the aforementioned greatest of all time NFL quarterback, Tom Brady doing what it do in both New England and Tampa Bay. But as of now, he is a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, which, yeah, I mean, he's got money like that doing. But here's the thing. He also is contracted with Fox as a broadcaster. And there might have been a conflict of interest because as a broadcaster, you get you get press passes, you can go interview players and teams and stuff like that. What you probably can't do is then go into the booth of the game with a headset on.
I saw that.
But the NFL says he did not violate rules because he wasn't he wasn't talking about the game. He wasn't scouting, et cetera, et cetera. But because he's not allowed to be in the team facility for practices, not allowed to be in production meetings, stuff like that. So he's the inner workings, those interviews and stuff like that before game. He's not allowed to be in those.
Oof.
So he's basically he can just call the game and stuff like that, but he can't be behind the scenes. But yeah, the NFL said, you're not breaking rules, but you close, brother.
Yeah.
You close. And somebody's going to, any chance they get to put a scandal on Tom Brady,
they're going to try.
They're going to try.
They're going to try.
Tom Brady, get out them. Get out them people.
Get out them folks, boo. What's wrong with you?
Just make the money and just sit on the sideline. Yeah. Do it the most.
Yep. And that about does it for another episode of SportsBros Podcast. Thank y'all as always. And in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They're greatly appreciated now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden. We out of here. This is your favorite sports podcast, SportsBros Podcast. Take us home, Be Live.
Yes, sir.
We out. Thank you.
Scotty D, we miss you.
See you next week. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.